So I was preparing for this, and I'm left with a few cards to kind of intro this reading and what it's going to be about. This is about like a spiritual mastery, and this is the Hermit. I'm using the Intuit Tarot deck, and it says like soul searching, enlightenment, being a guiding light, okay, lighting the way for others, having the need to maybe contemplate things more than you used to. You might be in solitude. You could be minding your own business, doing your own thing. You're not telling everybody everything. You're on a growth and healing journey. There is this like resolve about you, and you may be known to give advice. There is energy here also, like heavy in the purple, okay? So this is some strong spiritual energy. And then we also have like mysticism. So I'm getting like you're being observed in some sort of way. So I feel like there's people watching this, observing this, obsessed with this, stalking this, like trolling, right? There's also someone, this could be who's doing the trolling. I feel like somebody's sleeping with the enemy as well. So let's get into this, I guess. All right, it's juicy. It's gonna be juicy. All right, let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We are divinely protected and loved, and so it is. All right, we're gonna use the chakra deck. All right, there could be grief at this time. And then we're going to use the clarifying deck, and then we're going to use the Intuit Tarot deck. So let's see which one we're going to start with here. What's this? Signs and synchronicities, y'all. All right, so we're going to use the tarot first. The Hermit, someone who's on the journey of self-mastery. Okay, Spirit, so what is being shared for the highest and greatest good of the collective? Spiritual mastery. Okay, the King of Swords, mind over matter. Beliefs make manifest. Oh, I love this so much. Awesome. I feel like, you're somebody who's truthful and wise. You may also be very logical, or someone is in this energy. This also could be some legal matters, as well as like someone of authority, like an authority figure. So when it comes to maybe like people see you as doing it by the book in some way, or this energy might look at religious traditions. Hierophant. Yeah, rulers, leaders, right and wrong, programming, conforming, institutions, values, faith, convention. Interesting. All right, tell us more about this King of Swords. Okay. This energy is like very regimented, very intelligent. Okay, I feel like there's the Two of Swords, frozen with indecision. So someone is at an impasse and a stalemate, having to make a decision, or someone has made a decision. Let's get more. Three of Swords, deep emotional pain. Wow. I feel like this King of Swords is maybe avoiding making a decision to they're experiencing a heartbreak. There's grief. Remember we saw grief? Look at grief. Yeah, I'm getting this King of Swords is in grief. Disillusionment even. Depression, heavy depression, like feeling blinded, feeling like there's nothing but obstacles. There's a block here. Okay. There's either tears or some sort of loss, sorrow. Wow. All right. I feel like it has something to do with like how like they may not be traditional or didn't handle something traditionally. Did you see these flip all the way over? So awesome. 3 of coins in the reverse. So this would be 3 of pentacles in reverse. And then a queen of pentacles in reverse. So I feel like whatever decision they made led them to heartbreak, betrayal, and loss, as well as not learning from the situation, third party friction, uncommitted, there's a lack of interest. And now they may be doing it alone, or one of them is doing it alone. A Queen of Pentacles in reverse is like someone who's focused on themselves, very selfish, jealous, and shallow. Someone who could be even possessive and manipulative for the sake of money. So this would be like gold digger energy here. Wow. Okay. I guess we're going to talk about it. Okay, what's this? 7 of Cups in reverse. And then Justice in the upright. Wow. I feel like maybe there's some sort of like clear cognizant energy here, or seeing things clearly. There's a decisiveness here too, and something has been concrete. Okay. This could actually talk about what was... Yeah, so what I'm getting with the 7 of Cups is like having many possibilities and options, and like the shiny object syndrome, right? And having like these wild desires. I feel like this is coming in reverse because this is over. I just heard playtime is over, right? I feel like somebody might have been playing and they're about to find out. That's the truth. Justice, fairness, and balance. This is karma right here. Doing what's right. There's the energy of cause and the effect, right? Wow. Integrity, fairness, balance, legal matters, life lessons here. I feel like whatever this King of Swords and this Queen of Pentacles, I feel like they're learning their karmic lessons. Yeah, I feel like somebody may be like using their appearance or their passionate energy to maybe like charm people, or I feel like it has something to do with their manipulation here. There's some sort of manipulation. So this could be like shiny object syndrome manipulation. In whatever way that is. 2 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this energy balances relationships. Kind of juggles. All right. I'm getting like... I'm sorry. This is 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, juggling. Yeah, I feel like they go in between. There's this like... I feel like what goes around comes around energy is what's happening here. What goes around comes around. I guess you lose them how you found them. Is that the saying? Right. 8 of Pentacles. Over and over. All right. Monotonous. All work, no play. Complacent. Scattered. Boring. Repetitive. And not delivering. Someone feels like they can't build where they're at. There's no progress. There's no movement. Things are falling apart rather than progress being made. Like they're complacent and bored in whatever situation this is. I feel like they may have you know, sent energy, or were in the energy of wanting some sort of like project or endeavor or how you make work or how you do your work to fail. And I'm getting like, that's their energy now, right? That's their energy. I feel like somebody doesn't want someone else to be dedicated to the craft. They don't want them to master it. They don't want them to have benefit from being self-employed. They don't want them to achieve. Okay, so I feel like somebody juggled someone else because they both felt like there was some sort of like lack of progress or lack of potential maybe, or they both worked against you in some way. Okay, that could be, you know, in a will, that could be, you know, when it comes to your name, your business, like defamation of character, things like that, slander, and having that effect, you know, from people coming to your self-employed business. Okay, that's illegal, right? If people defame someone who is self-employed, that's illegal. So that could be the justice here playing out, or the universe is handling it on your behalf. I'm also getting that. Temperance. Yeah, look at this is divine intervention right here. Perfect balance in the physical realm and the spiritual realm. Yeah, so the universe is handling it. Okay, it's bringing it. This is like alchemizing this in the moment. So I'm getting like, yeah, this is being handled. Okay, thank you. Let's see, King of Cups. Emotional mastery. Emotionally balanced, heart-centered, kind-hearted, highly intuitive, self-aware, psychic, artistic, and has maturity, emotional maturity. Okay? Then there's also a King of Wands, a natural-born leader, get things done, entrepreneur, very charismatic, passionate, savvy. Like, this person probably walks into a room and the energy in the room changes. Okay? I would say the same thing with this King of Cups. Look at, there's 3 masculines right here. I feel like this kind of represents the, like if this is masculines watching this reading, I'm getting like, I'm picking up on your energy, or these could be the masculines that I have water, fire, and air. Those could be the energies that we're picking up on. We'll get more info. Look, and then we have the King of Pentacles too. They're like, don't forget about this one. Yeah, I feel like, you know, this is a divine masculine here. I feel like all of these characteristics, this energy has mastered. They have a strong sense of self-worth. And they're hardworking, dependable, grounded, stable, and secure. All right. And I feel like whoever you were dealing with, they were insecure. So you're going to see the difference. All right. I feel like this person gets it done. They're very business savvy. They're very charismatic. I feel like they're also very kind-hearted, loving, psychic, and almost diplomatic, right? They're highly intuitive. I feel like there's some good news here with the Page of Pentacles. What's happening? So you might be able to take your pick. Ooh, the Tower. I feel like there was a crisis inverted. I feel like there was a near miss. I feel like the past energies were resisting change and they were delaying the inevitable. I feel like there's energy delaying the inevitable. I feel like, a narrow escape, a near miss. Like you didn't go down with the shit. Like you got out just in time. I feel like you were led. I mean, because this lightning bolt on this tower is like a shock, obviously. I feel like you were, disaster averted. Woof, baby, I'd say. All right, what else do you want to keep going with this? Okay, more to say. Okay. Four of Wands, celebrating a union. I feel like you're experiencing community support, or you're starting to really see who your true friends are, or you're evaluating who's in your energy and who deserves to be there. I feel like there could be a lover returning or wanting to return. There could be some sort of homecoming, a party, a celebration, a wedding. So I feel like this is on the horizon here. I feel like there is energy that is going to be dealing with their own, I guess, crisis, disaster. I feel like you escaped while they're dealing with this behind the scenes. Okay, you're moving on and celebrating your success. You are worth celebrating. Okay. I feel like justice is playing out here. Yeah, there's an Empress in reverse. All right. They're very insecure. You know, there's a lot of like block creativity here. Very dependent and negligent. I feel like, you know, this might be the energy that is this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the third party here. The one who is very focused on like, you know, being an option, or, you know, like, I don't know, there's a lot of entertaining here with others, and the fairness balance playing out here. I feel like, you know, you can kind of understand a little bit where this energy's at, because you haven't always been where you've been this whole time. Like, you've had to grow yourself. And so if there was any advice to the Empress in reverse, it would be to find and work on your self-love. That's what I would say. Because self-love is the best love. Right? And I feel like there's a need to soul search. There's, you know, contemplation and solitude in that. There's, you know, a need to have resolve, and there's a need to focus on growth and, you know, enlightenment, and being a guiding light comes as this vibration shifts. Okay. And then you're in the upright. So beautiful to see, you know, the ability to create, nurture, mother, beautify, right? And to hold space, okay, as intended. So there's some lessons, spiritual lessons playing out here for, it might have been for you that I'm picking up on, or this could be the third, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm getting like there could be soul searching going on as a result of this Tower, okay? I feel like, you know, we have timing in the mid position. So I feel like preparing for change in a few months is what they're trying to say, all right? In a few months, prepare for change. I feel like someone's going to have to walk away. There's going to be a need to kind of like release what no longer serves you and emotionally unfilling. It's time to release it. Let it go and move on. All right, so there's an energy that someone's going to be asked to heed the call. This is Judgment Day. This is them. I'm getting like the awakening, right? Or this could be you going on your awakening. I feel like this is a process of renewal. Right? So someone could be going on their spiritual awakening. This might be something that might be playing out in the next few months. I feel like there's this call to action. There's this mission. There's evaluating of life experiences and patterns in programming, and being in our emotions when we're in the Eight of Cups, right? Realizing like, you know, why am I putting all my eggs in this basket when I'm literally sleeping with the enemy, right? We saw that at the beginning of this reading. I feel like someone is being betrayed by those that they hold in such high regard, or who they surround themselves with. And I feel like this will be like a catalyst event. The Tower is a catalyst event. Okay? So I feel like it's their turn. There's a bit of new spiritual story playing out here. Okay, the moon coming in the mid position. 1 month or the next new moon. Okay, so I feel like, you know, this is going over the spiritual mastery here. So I feel like change is coming, whether you like it or not. Regardless of what you think you can do, you can't affect this, you can't change this, you can't stop this. Okay? So if someone thinks that they can like woo-woo their way out of it, I'm getting it's a I feel like it's this person who thinks that they can woo-woo their way out of it. I don't know. There could be someone trying to stop someone else's spiritual awakening or ascension. There's somebody who wants to talk and send a message, but I feel like there's like ill intent here. There's like a close, yeah, this is about like a cycle closing. I feel like, you know, someone wants to rush in, send a message, convey something. I feel like their energy, you know, they just like to talk shit is what I'm getting. This energy likes to talk shit. It's almost like they want to like, there's some sort of like illuminated subconscious and manifesting your dreams. I feel like there's a need to kind of release this. There's divine aid with this. There's a new cycle here. I feel like deep emotional cleanse is what's playing out here. Okay. And someone is going to see things clearly. And maybe that's why the communication, they want to rush in with communication because they now are seeing things clearly and things are coming to an end. I feel like things are being illuminated to them and they're now having or will soon be going through an emotional awareness. And they may have some sort of call to move on and close the cycle. Things are coming to a climax. So I feel like things are still kind of playing out here because we got both of these in like the mid position. This talks about a deep emotional cleanse. And this talks about big changes are coming. And this says 3 to 6 months. Transformation. There's energy that is very much self-serving. They think they missed opportunities and they're bored in their current situation. There's like dissatisfaction, depression, reluctant to make changes. Okay, I feel like somebody's... Yeah, I feel like Queen of Wands, trendsetter, someone who's very outgoing, outrageous, even visionary. I feel like somebody is seeing this as, yes, like you're being seen as a missed opportunity, whether you're the masculine or the feminine, okay? I feel like you're somebody who gets it done, okay? Or you could be attracting somebody in that gets it done. I feel like you didn't miss out on shit. I feel like they missed out because you're the best that they'll ever have, but I don't feel like you were at your best. And now you are, and so now the best is coming to you, if that makes any sense. Right? Wow, that's cool. Look at High Priestess. Bridge between worlds, divine feminine. Look at divine masculine energy here, sacred wisdom, higher self energy, mysteries, intuition, leadership, power, protection. Yeah, okay, that's awesome. I love this. Okay, what else you got? Want to do this one? Okay, let's do this one. More messages. Self-worth. Yes, absolutely. I feel like, you know, this was one of the biggest lessons ever learned. And I pray that those who struggle with this continue to work on it for themselves. Because your beliefs about yourself manifest. You very much could be of service to others in some way. I feel like there's a lot of forgiveness, especially for your family and your parents. Everybody tries to do the best that they can do while they're here. And let's have forgiveness. I feel like it's most important for you to forgive yourself. I feel like also your inner childhood, right? Inner childhood wounds. Forgiving yourself for not doing or knowing better. There is maybe someone wanting to send confusion, or somebody is currently surrounded in confusion. Okay, I feel like they want you to pay attention to your instincts. These are passed down through your ancestral line. These go way back. Isolation. Someone is in isolation, or you're in isolation. I feel like you might need to stay in isolation at this time. Okay, I feel like there's this faith and knowing and understanding. I feel like you have strong connections to the spiritual realm, and you receive your information through that divine connection. You have strong spiritual connection and communication. Okay. And then I have rejection. Someone feels like they've been maybe surrounded by rejection, and as a result, this is maybe what's contributing to some disharmony. I'm seeing a lot of gray, so not really sure maybe what to make out of things. So there could be a need to kind of like see where this is all coming from. I feel like there's despondence. So this might be that like someone thinks as a result of their rejection here that they're like higher than the hog, or feeling like they're better than everybody else, or there's no like self-awareness of this and how this rejection affects those around them is what I'm getting. Interesting. I feel like somebody who puts themselves on a pedestal may have rejected an energy here, and they're surrounded by 3 energies. So they could be dealing with like, they could be dealing with your ancestors. Your ancestors could be like haunting this person. I don't know. Someone feels guilty. There's guilt here. There's gossip too. I feel like, they may talk about somebody in the green here with the envy and jealousy, but I feel like they don't really know her, but they're just judging her from the outside looking in. I don't feel like they took any time to get to know this person in the middle, right? There could be a mirror going on. There's also recovery, or someone needing recovery. I feel like the key to recovery was your self-worth and self-love. Okay, there is creating with the universe, okay? Tapping into universal energy, right? Being in tune with creation. I got cards flying everywhere. Ooh, enlightenment. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, I feel like there's confusion about how you got out of the traps that were set for you. Look at. It's like they're confused on how you escaped. And the enlightenment card is saying God's how. Right? You listened. You tuned into your instincts, okay? You went within for the guidance, okay? You talked with your spiritual team, right? You realize that like some things are for you, some things are not for you. And there's some sort of like gratitude that this is no longer your problem, right? And then there's gossip about this. There's talk about this. There's like this scapegoating, gaslighting energy, right? Like, no wonder why you removed yourself from it. You're being asked to create. I feel like you've unlocked some sort of key to your purpose and being of service while you're here on earth. I feel like you know now that you're here to create. You have forgiven those of the past as well as yourself, and now you're co-creating with the universe. Okay, you're here to spread love and light. All right, so I feel like when God rang the doorbell, you answered. Okay, I feel like some things are coming to an end, to a halt. I feel like you know this. Something is being left behind once and for all. Okay, major insecurity energy we're picking up on. Okay, I feel like you feel renewed, restored, rebirthed. I feel like you go within, you isolate because you are needing to connect with the Most High and be in that energy. And so there might be some processes that you go through to alchemize here. I'm getting a bit of alchemy. So for me, this is a bit of like temperance energy, right? Like kind of like balancing, grounding, stabilizing, securing, connecting, being one, right? Connecting with your spiritual team for guidance, direction, right? Having to make quick decisions, but ones that are in alignment for your highest and greatest good. Okay, what do we have here? We have complacency. Yeah, I feel like, you know, there could be an energy of like not really knowing what's going on with you and not really, like, I feel like, you know, some people are doing the work, some people are not. I feel like you are in alignment and, you know, you're connecting with what you feel close to, what you align with, what you believe. Like you've gone through this beautiful transformation. And I feel like some of the reason why people come after you is because they're complacent and it's hard for them to watch you do what you're doing and they're not doing anything about it in their own life. So I feel like that's where this gossip is. That's where this like wanting to come after you is. Like, yeah, perseverance here. I feel like you've had to overcome a lot of like, yeah, you've had to overcome a lot. Like maybe somebody pretended to be the victim who wasn't the victim. I feel like there was a lot that you had to endure at the hands of others, but you didn't let this get the best of you because the victim became the victor and you persevered, right? And you forgave and you've moved on. And so, you know, energetically, like you're not tied to this anymore. I feel like they're the ones that are emotionally tied, and that's through guilt, through the feelings and emotions of guilt, okay? Maybe there's even energy that feels like they should have not participated. All right, there's that. They feel guilty for gossiping and maybe participating in something, right? I feel like there's a miracle here, right? I feel like even with like recovery, I feel like this is like divine light, okay? This is like divine energy. The eternal flame here. I feel like, you know, this is a bit of justice playing out here. Biased, impartial. Grief here. Let's see, we have impatience. I feel like justice is playing out, right? I feel like focus on your creation, what you're here to create. I feel like, yes, there is grief. There's so much grief. And so some of us are here to balance this out. I feel like you can't micromanage the universe. Okay, there is this like process playing out on a much grander scale. Let's see what the renewal is. Yeah, we have gratitude for look at so much gratitude, so much connection, so much love, so much, you know, spiritual enlightenment. I'm getting a lot of like, and then I just got mysticism. So I feel like you're aligning with your soul tribe too. You might be someone who, you know, shares the wisdom, shares the knowledge, shares the love, shares the energy healing, whatever it is. I feel like this is beautiful. Okay, absolutely beautiful. So I'm getting like, It's okay. It's okay. Like sometimes you're not for everybody. And that's okay. I feel like you've learned this. You've accepted this. You understand that, like, yeah, trickery. Yeah, I feel like somebody tried to steal your nuts, okay? And kind of like blame you for it. But I feel like, you know what? Like, if that's what they need to feel good about themselves because they're so insecure, then you're just like, I'll make lemonade with that. I'll make this into something that can help and benefit others. Like, you come in and like people don't see that coming. They think that they're going to take you out by it, but you end up making freaking lemonade because like they end up being found out, right? The truth always comes to light when it comes to you. All right. I feel like fake people, I feel like they pretend to be something that they're not. And you understand that when you eventually come across them, it's almost bittersweet. Okay. So I feel like you kind of like teach people lessons when they deal with you. Like there's so many layers to you. Like so many layers are even unseen, right? And you only show people what you want them to see. Like you're pretty like private here. I feel like somebody tries to be the nice guy so that they could take advantage and, you know, make someone a victim. I feel like, you know, yeah. And then there's this despondence here. So I feel like maybe somebody has a list of victims. I don't know like what this victim energy is, but I feel like what that tells me is that like this isn't the first time that either the energies you were dealing with have done this to people. So maybe, yeah, there's this like self-deserving disinterest. Like this is energy who, you know, I don't know. It's not great. What is this? Facade. It's like taking off that mask. Perfection. Someone wants, so it's like this, there's like this, I feel like there's an energy here that feels like they're always the victim. And as a result, they have to put on a false mask because they want to project perfection. Okay. They can't really let people see them for who they are because they can't be real. There's this like facade again, perception here. And then there's rejection. Yeah, I feel like someone has like strong abandonment wounds. I feel like this might be something that like there's some sort of pattern, like maybe even a family pattern here. Yeah. A lot of like heart chakra blockage here with the green. Like and envy and greed and jealousy. There's a lot of that. Look, and then we have another green one. Victim. That's just it. The lemonade. You change something like for, like if people wanted to come at you and make you a victim, I feel like you turn it into some sort of victory. And people are like, how the fuck does she do that? How did the fuck he do that? Look. Aha. Da 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 da. Right? Balance. Impasse. Interesting. Fascinating. Any other messages with this deck? Okay, let's use this one. All right, we'll wrap it up after this. Sorry. Interesting. What is this? Slander, spreading lies, and a hater. Okay, that's what people maybe are starting to feel guilty about. I feel like you are releasing karmic debt and you see this experience as a miracle. Okay. Okay, yeah, look at, here's the trickery energy. Okay, so I feel like somebody pretends to be something that they're not. All right, trickery, perception, and then we literally have black magic. Okay. Spell casting, spell work, negative energy. All right. I feel like somebody doesn't care. Someone doesn't feel bad or good. Okay, I feel like somebody just It's almost like they can't, it's almost like they can't help themselves, is what I heard. Like they can't help themselves. Okay. They're that dark. They're that toxic. They're that negative. Look at beginning of the reading, we got someone was sleeping with the enemy. And I'm getting it's the one that's doing the black magic. Okay, somebody might be experiencing grief as it relates to the awareness, the understanding that they are sleeping with the enemy now. Or they have been this whole time. I feel like whoever, like someone's game. Okay, someone's game that they've been playing this whole time. I'm getting like they could be adding, this might be like adding up now. Let's see. Wow, we have addictions, alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, and money. I feel like somebody wanted to take, right? I'm getting like someone took a risk. Look at, it says impatient. Somebody wanted a quick fix, quick hit, wanted to get rich quick. And what way is that? Maybe sex addictions, gambling, sleeping with the enemy, doing black magic, slandering, lying, you know, that's one way to kind of like accomplish that, I guess. I feel like you're divinely protected by Saint Michael. Okay, and you're grateful. Show gratitude. You're an earth angel on a special mission. This is clarifying the mysticism card. All right, so understanding that, like, see that door, or that, yeah, it's like a door. It's lit up. It's enlightened. Okay, you're here. You're having like a double mission here. Okay, double mission. There's karmic family members involved. Okay, with the trickery. I feel like they're the ones also doing the trolling, stalking, and social media defamation, lying, reporting, like all of the things that they've been doing to create havoc in your life. That's who this is. I feel like nothing goes unseen, and you can trust the process. You can trust that Archangel Michael has your back. We have air sign energy. Okay, we have marriage, divine love here. We have someone's wearing a false mask. Someone is pretending. Okay, and then I have a soulmate, twin flame on the way. Interesting. Someone's in their ego. What do you want to tell me about that? Is that someone? I'm getting like you might have had a soulmate or twin flame that remained in the 3D, in the ego, masking, unhealed still. I feel like this is going to be a catalyst for their awakening. All right, so it's like the ego death. Okay, the mask falls off. Okay, but what I'm getting is like, because there's something here that like something new is here. Let's see. I have talked to your spirit guides, ancestors, and saints. Okay. So some of you have a soulmate and twin flame on the way. Okay. Divine love as well. So depending on what you are calling in, this is happening in the near future. So if you're manifesting love, that's coming in. Focus on really integrating with your higher self and working with your spirit guides, ancestors, and saints. Okay, getting more connected, meditating, and spending time in nature. Okay, recommendations here. Okay. Toxic workspace. And then we have take a spiritual bath and cleanse your energy. Victory will be yours. Beautiful. Believe in miracles. A miracle will soon happen in your life. Aww. I'm going to end it there because that's a beautiful ending, okay? Choosing love, bringing love into the situation, right? And believing that, like, your beliefs make manifest. And so believing in miracles, a miracle will soon happen in your life. I feel like you're already winning. You've already won, right? Keep winning. Keep choosing you. Keep choosing love, okay? Yeah, that's that. That is that message. All right, y'all. I love you. I hope you guys have the most amazing day. We still have a circle every Sunday and Wednesday. You can sign up on the website to join us. There is a fee, but you are welcome to join. And lots of offerings on the website. We do have some different tarot readings. We have Akashic Records reading. We have Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, so feel free to get an energy clearing even if you want something like that. That's cool. Let's see, what else? We do have events. And I do one-on-one training. I also offer a one-on-one training class as well, tarot class. So that's also available. And yeah, see you guys on the next reading. I hope you have the most amazing day.